Hey guys, good morning. I am going to be showing you how to do all of the different design. Okay, something happened there. I'm not sure. I'm going to show you how to do all the designs here. Crazy. And I was feeling actually, I'm still feeling really good about this morning. Good morning. I'm Stephanie from Deliberately Creative, and I'm excited to be here and share with you this lovely set of designs. Now, our design on the card today may not end up looking exactly like this. That's okay. I'm going to teach you how to do these flowers, this leaf explosion bush, and these fun little filler type things that we can do in a couple different ways, and I'll show you how. Good morning, everyone coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited, and I hope that you will love to do these fun, easy summer flower doodles, summer florals, but then if you do them in different colors, they can be autumn. You know, whatever you want to do. Thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate it. And if you would share with your friends, that would be an awesome way to help my channel out. Click that like, the subscribe button, and make sure to leave a comment after the video is over down below telling me what your favorite flower is. And I'll see if I can figure out a few of those as doodles. So I need to know what your favorite flower is down below in the comments after the video. That's the thing, after the video. And there might be a super secret special surprise if you are somebody who puts your name or puts your flower in the comments after the video. Just saying, might be a super secret special surprise for somebody who does that. And I'll let you know on Monday if we had anybody do it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for... I keep saying thank you for being here, but I really am appreciative. I'm going to move this out of the way. We are going to grab our little folded book. What's after the video? After the video, go down to the comment section and put your favorite flower that you want to see if I can do into a doodle. There might be a special treat for someone who does that. Like a super secret special treat. I don't know. Yeah, I do know. Actually, I know exactly what it's going to be. So, yay. All right, going to the close-up view. Oh, hold it. In the wide view here. I did take the shirt off after the show yesterday so that I could wear it again today. Do the Doodle t-shirt available now on Teespring. Okay, commercials are all done. Not going to worry about commercials anymore. We are going to go into our fun and calm and easy doodles. All right. So thank you. Here, grab your pen or pencil, some paper. This happens to be a folded book that I made. I'll show it to you all folded after we get these drawn. We're going to start off with the leaf explosion. And the first two are going to be from pattern-collections.com. Well, good morning. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Deborah. Welcome to your first live video. I always like having new people show up. I always like having my consistent people show up. So to do the leaf explosion, we're going to start off with pointed rice. Basically, that's what this is. Kind of fat pointed rice or a seed type of shape. I'm going to put 3 in the middle. Now, if you make these shapes a little bit longer, you could make this look like a hosta. So easy. Right now, it's going to look like a random just plant. I am going to go ahead and put my divider line straight across the center. If you rounded the ends of this, you could make this look like a pile of coffee beans. Now, in between your leaves, you're going to come back in that space and put some more. They don't have to be the same shape. They don't have to be the same size. Because, leaves on a plant, they don't all have to be exactly the same. Let's go and get that side view on there and find where I am. There we are. So I can keep my hand out of your way for a minute. And you just keep filling the leaves in to the spaces between. And as you go out, you start getting more and more leaves because your spaces start getting smaller. Start tipping them different directions. Maybe have them start crossing underneath, just like I showed you yesterday. Whenever you hit a line, you just stop and then start when you get to the other side. I know that the flowers are going to be the ones most people want to see, but we need things so that we can fill in our spaces. And these leaves are awesome fillers. And like I said, you can use this as coffee beans. Let's see, I'm going to put another one right there. You can start sticking more and more in. However you want. But that's the basic leaf explosion. Something I like to do, if I'm not going to color it, is I like to put some shadow or tone on one side of the leaf. It just gives some variation. This would be like bicolor leaves that have two colors on them. So one side is a dark color and one side is a light color. Or one is in shadow. Maybe these are really tipped down, folded type leaves. So they really fold back, and so you get a shadow on one side and light on the other. And they don't always have to be on the same side, but right now, I'm kind of saying my light is coming from up here. So the bottom part of the plant, bottom part of the leaves, gets a bit of shadow. Let's see, I'd say this one here. And at certain points, your shadow might change which side of the leaf it's on. And there. I'm just going to shadow the bottom half. All right. Thank you. Yeah, the getting in to a live show at the beginning is always a good thing. If you want to be notified when I go live, make sure that you have turned on your notifications, click the notification bell, select all, and then go to the phone. Go to your phone and your tablet and make sure that you have your notifications turned on for YouTube in the settings of your phone. Because if YouTube has I'm going ahead and doing the rest of them. If YouTube has any inclination, any idea that you don't want notifications, they won't send you any notifications. Thank you, Gina. Yes. Keep reminding them if they want to see me do a specific flower, to put it in the comments. And on Monday, on Monday I'm going to pick one of the names from those comments, and they are going to be winning something. So, yeah, being here at the live is great. Make sure that you have your notifications, and I am just like all over the place today. I am so sorry. There's leaf explosion. We're going to go to Hufflepuff right here. And if you came in late and you missed the leaf explosion, don't worry. After the video, you can go back and watch it from the beginning. This is going to be up. So now we're going to do Hufflepuff. And this one is, again, from the pattern-collections.com, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm just finding some fun patterns to share, but I'm not showing you their step outs. I'm just drawing it and telling you what I'm doing. Close-up view again. So Hufflepuff, I go and put a line. I'm going to do two because I'm going to do it two different ways and show you a couple different effects that you can get. The first one, I'm going to come down from the end just a little bit. I'm going to put a circle. I'm going to go down, put another circle. Both of them are going to start out the same way. And then have a little bit hanging off the end. So I drew my line, any shape you want it to go, any direction, and then, excuse me. Oh yeah, do the doodle. We're going to go back to that side view again. Now I have to find where my side view's aimed up. There it is. On either side of this line, between those dots, we're going to make little parentheses or a seed shape. And then we're just going to keep making that get bigger. So this one, I like to think of it as a string of beads. And then you come down to the next space and you do the same thing. And just between the beads, between those little circles. And your shapes can grow and they can get bigger and they can go a little bit wobbly, and you don't actually have to do these as rounded. I'll show you on the next one. You can go and give it a different shape. So this is kind of like sevens or L's, more like L's. Let's go to the top view so you can see that better. Close up view. There it is. We'll do that again. So, like L's going backwards, I'm going to stick another one right in here. And this is just a variation. Anytime you change the shape of your line, it just becomes a variation. So there we go. Isn't that fun? And then you can go in and shadow, because you basically made stripes. So shadow a little bit up from the top and down from the bottom between two lines. Leave a bit of a sparkle in the middle, and that gives you your highlight. It can look like a little cage. Isn't that fun? It just is so surprising. Now this other one right here, I'm going to do it where I am not putting the big circles. I'm just going to put a dot. Doing the same thing though, spreading them out. And I'm not going to close in the bottom end here. Without that extra dot, it doesn't look like a bead. It ends up looking like seed pods. So it becomes a great piece to add into a floral arrangement. Skip a space and then come down. Now you don't have to add any more to it. You could just do the one on the end, because this would be an odd flower with multiple seed pods on the one stem, but it looks cool when it's put into a floral arrangement. See? And again, start from the bottom or the top and color in your stripes. It looks like a cage. This could be, if you're taking a lot of extra time with it, you could work another circle inside here and color the circle, and then it will look like a ball inside of a cage. I mean, so many things you can do with doodles, and it doesn't have to be hard. You can just let your imagination go. Let your mind wander. Let your pen take walks. There we go. A great start for fuchsia flowers. Oh, this would be a great start for fuchsia flowers. All right, so we've got Leaf Explosion and Hufflepuff. Now we're going to do the cherry blossoms. And I did do a video with 12 flowers. So if you want more flowers, check that one out. I will link it afterwards. And then we're going to, but this time we're going to do, it's kind of a cherry blossom. It's a little bit different than any of the ones we did on our 12 flower show. I'm going to put 3 circles. And I'm just going to stack my little circles. This is just the very center of the flower. And then we're going to go and start putting like 5 groups with just little straight lines. They don't have to be perfectly straight. This is actually like the little stamens, and then I'm going to go in between them. You need that from the top. What can I say? I just keep just little bundles of stamens. Cherry blossoms have 5 petals, and my cherry blossoms have a bit of a heart shape to them. I'm going to be drawing these like they're big flowers. This would also work really well as the early spring primrose, the really bright colored flowers that grow close to the ground. So just pick a flower. I'm going to say this one is the one facing me the most. And around my little bundle, I'm just going to draw a heart. And then I'm going to draw another heart. Big, little, doesn't matter. They don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. And they don't have to end up going all the way to the center. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Then we're going to come over here, starting, just pick a spot and start. Heart. Heart. We are running into a flower, so when you run into that petal, pick up your pen, go past the petal, and then continue. This one right here, boom, I ran into a petal, picked up my pen, and then this petal, all you're seeing is the top of the heart. I am going to zoom in a teensy bit more. Yes. Actually, I think I'm going to go to the side camera and I will zoom in more. So we've got another flower. And focus. There we go. All right. So now we're going to draw a heart. And you see how those little lines all became the stamens in the center of the flower. Now this one is tucked behind everything, so I'm just drawing some lines until I get around to that final petal. There we go. All right, so now we're just going to put some leaves in, and we already learned what leaves look like when we did the leaf explosion. So it's that long pointed, but we're not doing both sides of it. We're just, one side is tucked in underneath of the flower. And if you can see it from behind the flower, go for it. Draw it in. So a little bit of it right here. And you can put as many leaves on. I'm going to put 3 little bundles of leaves just because. And just like I did on the leaf, maybe a 5th leaf. There we go. Makes my little mind happy. And then you can go in and give it just a touch of shading. Figure out which side would be shaded. Each leaf can have its own direction. That's fine. These doodles are not representing real life right now. This is just a doodle. Doodles are mindful or not. You can choose not to be mindful with your doodles. You can just scribble. That's fine. But these doodles are a little bit mindful since we're making something that is representative. We're going to go back to the wide view. Wide view. So there we go. We've done 3 fun floral type doodles, things that work in floral arrangements. So we're going to be doing a card and laying out our designs. See how the seed pod works in a design like this, where the string of beads type of look doesn't work quite as well. To all the newbies, put all your questions. Yes, please put your questions in caps. I do try and keep an eye on the chat. I'm here by myself doing this, and I have a fun time doing it. So don't worry about me on that. But we're going to lay out our design, and we've got these to work with. Do I want to go in portrait or landscape? Need more coffee. Yeah, coffee's good stuff. So here we go. We're going to, and remember, put your favorite flower in the comment section below and after the video. And then I will be doing something special for one person who puts their flower in the comments below. You do need to put your flower. You can make other comments, guys. I'm going to be going through and grabbing the list of flower names and the name of the person who put it in there. Something super secret and fun is going to happen. All right, back to the table. I think I'm going to go in portrait. We're just going to set that up. Well, make sure I've got this the right direction. This is a folded card. 140-pound watercolor paper. I did put tape around the edges. So there we go. I'm going to just start. We're going to put flowers in. I think we'll put the flowers here, some leaves, and then have the fun little doodle coming out of it. So flower, I'm going to put a circle there, circle here, and a circle here. Spread them out just a little bit more. I think I'm going to do a spiral in the center of them this time. You can change the center of your flower. Just because I showed you one way doesn't mean that your imagination can't take it another direction, because that's the cool thing about doing these. Go ahead and put your stamens around. You can just put them just all the way around. Some of those might end up becoming part of the petal. Might be the bottom part of a petal where it's joining in. You can have them crossing over each other, make them really fluffy, or make it really sparse. Up to you. Just have them coming from the center. Looks like I've got crazy spiders or eyes with really wild eyelashes. Hydrangeas are beautiful. I have a video on a blue wave hydrangea that was done with acrylic gouache. If you're interested, it's in my Acrylic April playlist. So, drew the hearts. Doing it again. Just drawing hearts. 5 hearts going around makes a beautiful flower, like a cherry blossom. If I color these with pink. Ooh, I forgot. I wanted 5 petals. Just tuck one in. But you can make them white, like apple blossoms. You can give them crazy colors and have them be primroses. All depends on what you want to do. And I do have so many different things out there. I've done over 600 videos already, guys. Huh. I've got watercolor, and I've got pen and ink, and acrylic, and gouache, pouring. I know a lot of you guys came to me from my years and years of doing acrylic pouring, and so I appreciate that you have stuck with me through all the changes on my channel. I'm just throwing a few of these leaves in. And I think I'm looking at this and going, I want another flower. I think I am going to be putting putting a bit of color on here with watercolor. Just using a water brush and coloring like it's in a coloring book. Not too worried about making it perfect. It's going to be pretty though. So question for the crew. Do you want metallic on the white paper to see what that looks like? Or do you want standard watercolor? I'm just tucking in shapes. They don't have to be perfect. I think there's going to be like a Hufflepuff right over here. And it's going to be the seed pod kind. So maybe make my seed pod bigger. It's going to be a single seed pod. It will be striped. See, you don't have to lay it down exactly the same way I did in the lesson. You can put it down any way you want. And I'm going to put another one of those pods over here. Just have fun. Doodling is all about having fun, enjoying the process. Let's see. I want another leaf. See, you can just throw leaves in wherever you want them. Tuck them in. We're going to put a bit more of that leaf explosion, but I want another Hufflepuff down this way. One of those little seed pods. Hufflepuff always makes me think of the Harry Potter world. Just sounds like something from there. Something their plant botany guy would do. Do standard and then use the metallic for highlights. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now I'm going to show you something here. We're going to put kind of a little triangle right here, or maybe with like a little 3. I'm going to put a heart sticking out sideways, and then part of a heart, and part of a heart, and then the rest of the petals. We have another flower that's a side view. See? And then maybe part of one of those Hufflepuffs up here at the top. So I'm going to do this one. It's only going to be a side view, or a partial view of one. It's kind of tucked in. Isn't that fun? Just put some lines down inside here, and it looks like you've got more things going on. Thank you so much, Chrissy, for coming. I appreciate you. The pen that I'm drawing with, this is an Eco pen. Not affiliated with them. I just happen to like the pen. It comes in this cardboard tube. You buy them in sets of 16 or 20. I think the 16 set is like $10 and the 20 set is $12 on Amazon. The link is down below in the more information box. It is an affiliate link. I do earn a small commission if you make a purchase from any of the affiliate links down below. The ink is waterproof, and that's the thing I was totally shocked and surprised by. Now we're going to put a bit of that leaf explosion in. I'm just going to have it coming from the corner. And I'm going to just have it growing out of the corner. You start filling in the spaces. Ooh, that leaf is going to go crazy. It has a nice tip on it. This pen is a 0.38. It's always nice when they tell you what the size the tip is. And I'm just going to start putting these leafy shapes in. Maybe have some of them standing up. Maybe coming out from underneath. Big ones, little ones. They're growing towards that fun cherry type plant. Just like that. They can be longer, they can be shorter. They're just tucking in. Maybe these cherries are coming from above, hanging down. So their leaves are going to be bigger. I put tape on here. Sometimes I like to draw all the way off onto the tape. So a magical metallic one right here on black paper. And this was 20-year-old or 25-year-old black paper that I got from a paper supply house. And I have no idea what it is. It's white on the inside, black on the outside. I think they use it for offset printing. And it has a bit of almost like a watercolor texture to it. See, you can't really, there, a little bit of the texture. This one was the Doodles from yesterday, from Thursday. So this was a lot of fun. All right. We're going to get these put in. Now, something that I'm probably going to do is the leaves are just going to get a general wash of color. And there's going to be variety in the colors, but I'm not going to be too specific on how they look. Oh, that's pretty. I think we need, let's see, we've got 5. I'm not going to put any more of those. I might put another Hufflepuff seed pod up here. I just wanted something else up here at the top. And you can do that. Change your mind. Change your mind halfway through if you want. Try something new. Doodles are for you to learn and grow with. So much fun. I'm going to have this leaf going all the way off the edge. And this one coming down. Bigger, littler, no big deal. My eyes are dashing around going, ooh, what do I want to do? You can fill in. This would make an awesome coloring page. I may need to take a picture of this for my patron coloring sheets. What do you think, patrons? Do you guys want a version of this card as a coloring sheet? I will clean up some of my lines, but I know I've got a few of my patrons here, so. And if you want to know what patrons are the folks that are helping to support my channel and my YouTube channel and my studio with supplies, with tools, with emergency replacement equipment. So, and that's over on patreon.com /deliberately creative if you are interested in helping to support my channel. Copy, come on, copy and paste. But you know, if you are, yes and yes, all right. So I am going to take a picture of this right now with my phone. So the phone's going to get in the way for a second. Phone is getting in the way. There we go. Got my picture. So now I can make a coloring sheet. There we are. All right. And maybe one more of those. Yes, one more of the little seed pods. I can add this in on when I'm cleaning this up for my patrons there. Ha. All right, we're going to go in and start putting some color down. Sorry about the rattling noises. I have a little 12-pan set of watercolors. This is the Arteza Premium Watercolor. Just a little 12-pan set. And paper napkin. Ah! What happened? Uh-oh. Did I disappear? My screen went black for a second. All right. So this is going to be a fun little card. Now you can certainly do this on your own, just like I did. I'm going to drop some water from my brush just across all the colors. We're going to do, most of these colors are going to get used at some point, I think. First off, I want to put some water around we're going to drop a little bit of blue in to some of these spaces up here at the top. Down at the bottom, I'll go dark green, I think. But I am coloring this just like a I am coloring it just like I would do a color book. So you didn't know you were getting drawing and coloring, did you? Oh, that looks good. I'm going to take some of this really light blue and I need to wipe a spot off. Whoops. We just got color on the flowers too. No big deal. This is going to be a light wash of color, and it doesn't matter that I got some of that color down here in the flower. I'll just get it wet and move it around. It'll just be shadow. See? All gone. Now, because of the way this is set up, I had this set up for my black and white drawing, and it was nice and sharp and clear, but it's a little bit hard for you to see the color because it's so bright. So I think I'm going to have to do a quick little setting change here and bring down the contrast just a smidge. There we go. Maybe you can see that a wee bit better. And just dropping some of that color into the water, and we'll let that dry. All right. While we're letting that dry, I'm just going to come down here to these leaves that are hanging low. And I'm just getting all of the leaves wet, even up into the cherry blossom leaves. Oop, I see a spot that's blue sky. Oh good, I'm glad you guys can see it. There's some more blue sky. Just taking the paint directly, not getting the background wet right there. So much. So much. All right. All right, so now we've got this area down here all nice and wet. I'm not getting the flowers wet right now because I'm going to go into my darker green, and I'm just going to drop some dark green in. Let it sort of blur out. And let it feather into some of those leaves. That's fun, isn't it? And I am going to take a bit of the dark right up to the edge of the flowers. And this is here, let's turn the card around. I have the fern green and the jade green just straight from the palette. I did not mix my green so much. I mean, I put a little bit of the jade into it and into the fern. There we go. All right. I think the song was "Do Your Ears Hang Low," but at least that's how I learned it. Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Yeah, that's definitely a camp song. I remember doing those songs at camp. I'm just putting more of that dark in there and letting some of it be lighter. We'll put a little bit of a spark of a brighter color in some of those open spaces. Didn't really want that sepia brown, but I got a little sepia brown on my brush. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to let it just sort of soften in. I guess I'm taking some of that sepia brown to make it darker. These ones down here, I'm going to just let it soften in. The paper is starting to dry. This is pulp paper. It is not the cotton paper by Arteza. I just grabbed, it's off of a 11 by 14 sheet of paper. Just throw some dark in and and some light. You know, leave some light, because the light is your paper. That's where you get your white from. Now, I am not a purist. I am with watercolor. I will use gouache. I will use gel pens or pigment pens. So this is a mixed media card. We've already got pen and ink, and this is the wash. So we've got a pen and ink wash summer floral card. Would make an awesome card to give to anyone, just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm just going to go up and start getting some of the shadowy bits behind those flowers. Just working my way around, guys. I am not somebody that can sit still in one spot, and this is loose. I am not going to worry about it being put on perfect. I'm not worrying about some of that green getting onto my flowers. If it does, oh well. It's not the end of the world. And many times people are like, oh no, I've totally ruined my whole painting. No, you haven't. You just made it better. You made it different. Ooh, I got some blue in that one. See? No big deal. Isn't it fun? You put the dark behind those bright, bright flowers and it makes it look 3D. I want to keep my flowers super, super soft. So those might be what I end up getting, the pink shimmery type. The pink shimmery type metallic watercolor. There we go. The rest of the words. I was searching for the words. The little bit bleeds out. No big deal. All right. Want a little bit more dark right down in there. Again, this is like coloring in a coloring book. Take the pressure off yourself. Allow the colors to just get dropped in. Let them bleed over. See? Bleeding over. No big deal. You'll see when there's places that it's like, obviously that should be a lot darker. Maybe that leaf is even going much darker. But there'll be sparks and dapples of sunlight coming through. So give your painting room to sparkle. Even if you don't have any metallics to put on it, give your painting room to sparkle. Yep, the old-fashioned Batman. The original TV show. That was a lot of fun. Silliness. That and Gilligan's Island, you know. The silly things I grew up with. Okay. I think I want to dry this. I'm not going to mess around with, well, maybe I'll put just, no, I'm not going to mess around with the green anymore. I don't think I'm even going to put any yellow onto that green. I'm going to let the white just be really shiny. Maybe move that little shadow bit around since there's a little more light up there. All right. So let's see. We're going to go in and I'm just going to soften up that green leaf that just showed up right there before I dry the painting. Soften up a little bit of the green that flowed in to the flower. The nice thing about the metallics is that it would, the metallics are a little bit more opaque, so it will cover over a lot of these colors. So there we go. All right. So now, oh, and just a quick, for anybody that's new in here, make sure that after the show, you put your favorite flower down in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite flower is down in the comment section, because we are going to be doing something super special, and it also gives me a list of flowers that people want to know how to draw. But there's going to be something super special happening for one of the people who put something down in the comments with their flower. Yeah, take a deep dive into my videos. You know, you can... I did pouring for about 2.5 years. Almost, yeah, 2.5 years. And I have done pen and ink and pencil and watercolor pencil and colored pencil, regular watercolors, doodles, all kinds of things on my channel. And if you are doing pouring, if you've ever seen the top 10 tips you need to know, that was probably mine. There's also the string pull beta fish, fluid acrylic painting, string pull beta fish. That one is really, really good. And there's a cherry blossom. Yes, and balloon smashing is amazing. Oh, and if you've never seen it, I have the most dangerous pour. That's a really funny video. It's the funniest video on my channel, and I don't know why it hasn't had more views. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes what we think is funny just isn't as funny to other people. And I have done acrylic April, and I did acrylic April, some videos last year with acrylic April, and then I did some this year. I want some of that gold. Ha ha ha. That's going to be my yellow, I think. And then over here in the side where you can't quite see is a deeper, more orangey red pink. I'm going to see what that... Oh, that's going to be good. This brush is just a, I believe it was an Arteza brush. Maybe not. This one might have just come with one of my kits of watercolors. But Arteza does make some water brushes also. This one's just almost out of water. The Arteza water brush with the squeezy. Oh, on Arteza, if you're interested, I do have a coupon code for 10% off your purchase. It is an affiliate. I'm just going to drop in this pretty pink metallic. And I'm not adding more paint at this point. So that way, the first petal I put on is my darkest. See how that happens? First petal you put in will be the darkest one, and then you just start working your way up. I may take a smidge of this purple, oops, needs to be wet, and drop some of that in to make it even a little bit darker. I love the way the mica powders move around. When it's really, really wet, you can see this sort of shimmering, almost lava lamp effect. And as it gets darker or drier, the colors will appear a little bit darker. Yeah, so make sure that you're putting the putting your favorite flower down in the comments after the video. You can put other comments in the video also, but I'm only going to pull the comments with a flower to do the super special thing that I'm going to do. Let's see. I think maybe I need a lighter pink. So I'm just going to get this one really wet. I dropped water in and now I'm swirling it around. There are so many water brushes out there now that it's just a good thing. They're not very expensive, so get a couple different brands. The Koi water brushes are good. The Arteza water brushes are good. The newer Arteza ones, so I think the very first ones they had were a little problematic, but I've really enjoyed using the new ones. This paper is the Arteza paper that I'm using. Oh, I wanted to go darker on that one. I'll just move over. Go to a different flower. I'm putting several colors on a flower, so it's not a big deal if I, drop that color down there and it wasn't dark enough. I can go and put another one on. Just have fun. And the watercolor will go wherever the paint or the paper is wet. So if you don't want this color to flow in, make sure and leave a little margin of dry paper. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of that darker. I want that darker purple in the very center right here. Ooh, that's nice. And if it bleeds out, that just makes it look more natural, guys. Let your flower do some things. And don't be so tied to controlling exactly where it's going. We're letting this grow and bloom. I'm letting mine bloom. Let your flowers bloom. Put some more positivity out there in the world. Sweet. All right. Backside of this one's going to get dark. It's a little bit more closed. Just make decisions. Go with it. Let it be. I just picked up some of that lighter color, and now I'm going to let them touch. Let those colors just touch. But I'm not mixing. You see, I'm letting them do their own thing. And there we go. Oh, wow. Let's see. We can go, I need a touch of a darker color. Darker green. I'm just going to take this jungle green metallic right here. The base of the flower needed something. And there's a leaf back there. Just throwing some green on it. A little metallic green as a touch every once in a while. Yeah. I think we are going to put a drop of this gold in the centers. I'm letting it blur out. That's fine. If it gets wet and it flows out, that's fine. Maybe I'll even put a few little drops on that one. Ooh, I like that. If your paint is nice and, well, I want to say pasty, you want it kind of thick, more like a gouache. And you can drop thicker drops of the gold on here. The paper is pretty darn wet, so it's not going to stay in nice tall tall dots. That's okay. If you want tall dots, dry the paper first. I want these to kind of blur out. I did not see your question, Miss Amy. Favorite flowers are so simple. Should I pick something more complex? No. Nope. Your favorite flower I may have already done as a design. That's fine. You don't have to pick something more complex. It can be whatever. And your favorite flower can be the same as other people's favorite flower. That's not the point here. There we go. All right, so now I think what I want is, I'm going to rotate this. I'm grabbing this sort of darker, more, it has a bit of a melony color, melon, has a little bit of orange in it. And I'm going to put that coming up from the bottom and out to the tip and leave the center white. See? Coming up from the bottom, going down from the tip, leaving that center space white really gives it that highlight. That one I'm just going to tuck it in. Down from the top, up from the bottom. Not too worried about staying in my stripy lines. And now I am going to get, let's see, is that darker? That one wasn't really darker. I think I need to go back. Ooh, maybe that dark purple. At the base of it, I'm just going to put a little bit of that purple. On the wet, not a worry. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's no big deal. It worked. It worked. Okay, I am going to grab a bit of the metallic. I took a bit of this metallic yellow and that really acidy green. We're going to give this a little bit of some shimmer on just a few of the highlights. Warm it up just a little bit. The flowers are so lovely and warm. I want to warm up the leaves just a little bit below it. This is summertime. Give it a bit of a shimmer. It looks a little messy, doesn't it? We're going to dry it, and then I am going to put my signature on and take the tape off. So, if you have any more questions, let's see. I'm just checking to see if there's any more questions. Well, you guys all know that I go chasing squirrels about pretty things, right? If something makes my heart go pitter-pat. Yeah. Magpie. That's what it is. I do a magpie really well. Oh my gosh. Magpie. There's a group in a folk singing group. I love English, Irish, Scottish folk music. And there's this one group, they're sisters, and their last name, it's really weird. Their last name is Unthank, like to not thank someone, unthank. But they're the Unthanks. And they do this song called The Magpie. Oh, it's so pretty. They sing it a cappella, and I love their harmonies. So if you are somebody who likes the English and Irish folk type music that's more like poetry set to music with old-fashioned instruments, it is amazing. All right, we're gonna pull the tape off and then I'll put my signature on, because I love this part. Except that, which way? Oh, there it is. I put it on going around the paper this way is the way I need to take it off. I'm not worried if things bleed out a little bit. It just makes my world a little bit bigger. Once you have that white border running around it though, it just pulls the whole thing together, makes it feel like a wild garden. I love this. Beautiful garden. Oh, I'm so glad that you opened the live chat also. Thank you for being here, Lily. I am going to put my signature right down here in the dark leaves. This is going to be a coloring sheet for the month of June for my patrons over on Patreon. So if you're interested in lots of coloring sheets, all of the coloring sheets and photo references are available at all levels. I decided to open it up to all levels because, you know, this time in the world is so crazy. I'm just putting a little bit of the ink right back in on top of the metallic, just because I lost a little bit of my definition. I just wanted a little bit more definition. I'm not going to go over everything that got metallic. There we go. Just firm up the center. There we are, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for exploring your creativity with me. Share your artwork on all the social medias. Tag at Deliberately Creative. I will find your artwork and come give it some love. I'm on pretty much, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest. If you pin, if you could pin this video, that's a really good way to help also. And I will see you back here on Monday. We're going to be doing, let's see here. Let me find we're going to be playing on Monday with fun food doodles. Cool treats for summer. So thank you on that. Yes, please put your favorite flower in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications, and remember to do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I want to see you back here on Monday. And don't forget, there's all kinds of playlists and videos up in the iCard.